Wait, so they have a festival where they're just burning a whole lot of things. That's not good for the climate! Do they at least check what the things they are burning? Hello! It's your girl Annie Panny Pony. She's back once again. And we're once again gonna dive into the magical world of basketball. As you might know, I have some mixed feelings about this year, and those mixed feelings is that I doesn't like it, but I hope I will eventually come to like it, so it won't be so difficult for me to do these videos because you people like that. That's my complicated relationship to this year. Today we are watching episode 3. Last episode he sucked apparently in a match. I totally missed that, which says a lot about my knowledge about sports, I think. But today, perhaps it will go better for him today. Perhaps it will go bad for me. Perhaps I will be less depressed by this today. Who knows? Who knows? We will see. We will see. I think that there are not really so much more to say about it. I always have a whole lot of things I want to say in the end, but I think I'm gonna wait with that just for the end because I can discuss that. I'm about to say we, but you can't really discuss it with me. You can do it in the comments. You can do it in the comments. You can say your opinion about my opinion or the show or whatever. I'll be very happy when you comment, so feel free to do that. But now I'm not gonna talk. I think I'm a little bit tired. Now I'm not gonna talk anymore. Now I'm just gonna watch this series. I'm so very sorry. I know this is not really what you wanted to hear when you come here today, but this is where we are today. Yeah, I am like I am, okay? Please don't taste me. I am every single episode gonna start with a match. Because I will not follow them, okay? It's impossible for me. I'm doing my best over here, but they are not directly helping.
Go Ravens!
What do we think about her? He didn't seem to like her. But I'm not so sure about him yet, so...
Hey you.
Huh? But how did she even get into the car in the first place? Could we discuss that? Like, did she broke into his car?
Can I tell you that last shot
Did she broke into his car and start to undress in front of him? Yeah, apparently.
By the way, there's a half-naked girl in the back seat of your car. I just thought you'd like me.
He is so savage!
So what changed?
Everything.
That's not particularly specific, but okay.
In life, can you point to and say, that's when it all changed?
Am I the only one who really wondering how she get into his car? I do really like this intro. It's kind of cool. I like this old school style. Like, they didn't try too much. They just had a whole lot of filter and very high music, and that's it.
Check my sketches down.
Stupid. He's the worst boyfriend in the history of boyfriends.
This is not about high school for me, Keith.
Honestly, I don't know if you're supposed to like the mother or not, but I just can't. Oh, what's happening in our arcade? Yeah. I do kind of have to agree. Her music isn't the best.
Nice game.
Hey, thanks.
Wait, so they have a festival where they're just burning a whole lot of things. That's not good for the climate! Do they at least check what the things they are burning?
guys are hot. Anyway, this whole burning boat thing is a total ripoff of a Viking funeral. Did you know that?
Doesn't everyone knows that?
Check it out.
Okay. I'm not gonna be mean. Perhaps not everyone learned that in school.
Maybe he's gay.
No, I think he's just nice.
Could be both also, but
He sleeps with me.
thinking of which year this is made, I don't think that's really the case. Oh, now I get that! I don't know if I really can show this. Oh my god, yes!
We're just getting used to low-waist jeans.
He's so savage, the trainer!
Oh, boy.
Forget it. I'm the shooting guard.
That's funny. I thought I was a coach. Matter of fact,
He's so
told me that.
savage!
Nathan Scott, small forward, has a nice ring to it.
But quit the team. Hell, quit school for that matter. I'll tell you what, I'll give you a job working in the dealership. You can spend the rest of your life haggling over free floor mats with morons with bad credit.
You don't think you're taking this a little too seriously?
I give you the job. I just want more for you, Nathan.
This is something I really hate, because here's the thing, real life check, even if you're good in your school team, that doesn't mean you will ever be as good to actually play professional.
Tell me if you still want to do. So if this new kid's taking your position, he's no longer your teammate, is he? He's your opponent. And how do we defeat an opponent?
This is how war starts.
So then what are we gonna do? We're gonna make him earn it. At least make him suffer like we did.
Okay, first of all, this is a game that they play at school. It's not like anyone actually have to suffer over this. And what are you doing now? Raining on him?
You're Haley James, right?
What is his
I'm
plan?
sorry. I'm best friends with Lucas.
You know, pretty popular, like,
A cheerleader.
Perfect. Cheerleader's always happy.
What's your favorite color?
black.
Of course it is. Actually, gonna kind of missed, school when you actually were in a
I'll
classroom
let you know I'm gonna
and you have a teacher in the same room.
Good.
Oh, what a days those were!
You know don't ever go for it. Says your Lucas quest going.
Okay,
Ow! Hand.
what are you doing?
No. So there's this guy named Nathan who's also called my boyfriend.
Yeah, ow!
Aha, they are okay.
Speaking of taking things personally, I was thinking about my brush with Cherry and the boosters. I think I may have overreacted.
You think?
Good night.
No, sweetie, we start at 5 sharp. You must have misunderstood me.
No, oh.
So you're Dan's ex? Actually, we were never married. Oh.
Could still be someone's ex though, but
I
okay.
just thought it's strange that a new boy on the squad becomes a starter ahead of boys who've been Ravens for years.
Also, for years, how many years do they actually go in high school?
This is good. Our boys are the good ones.
Yeah, sure.
Exactly what does that mean?
Yeah,
You know,
they're like a
clearly,
whole
you're still
room full of
saying,
Karen.
little bitch, you were in high school.
You know what? I suddenly start liking the mother. What was that they had? That was a shoes? Oh, I don't think so. Music. It's kind of interesting what the mean thing they said, or in this case wrote back then, and what they say or wrote nowadays. Because like, you suck! Saying that to someone now, they would be like, yeah. And then it actually meant something. So.
Just want to tell you I'm not doing the comic strip.
That's a mistake.
Yeah,
Yeah. Look, if Nathan did this, I'm sorry.
Why do you stay with him anyway?
yeah, that's a good question.
Not really, I just know of him.
Dangerous?
Yeah.
Nah, it doesn't seem to be dangerous.
And if I can't, then I got your back.
We like him! Yeah. Oh, what? So now they kidnapped him.
Told you it was gonna get worse. Now see, normally, This is when you become part of the team.
I haven't been on my best behavior lately.
Yes, sir.
Easy, do they? But there comes a certain point when you have to fight back.
What is going to do now? I mean, whatever it is, I'm sure it will be good, but like, I'm a little worried.
Second team. But he stole the ball from his own team.
Well, this his version of revenge. Pathetic.
I will see you tomorrow night for Burning Boat, okay?
Okay.
What is she going to do now, Anne? Huh? I just don't... Okay. Okay. I'm waiting. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. 7 o'clock then.
Huh.
Stop it.
Come on. Don't say I never gave you anything.
This makes me confused because he's a douche, but he seems to be kind of nice with her.
This is how I am, and 95% of the time, there isn't a moral or a victory or silver lining. Take it or leave it.
Usually.
Okay, now they're gonna burn things.
Red Legner.
Doesn't approve. This is still not good for the climate. Just saying it. And are they burning the whole boat, by the way?
At least I'll be dealing with the person you've become. And I hope you'll do the same.
I guess
Hmm.
it's not every day.
Yeah, see, not good for the climate. If it was good for the climate, things wouldn't explode on it.
E. Cummings once wrote, "To be nobody but yourself."
I hate those things when he is
Just doing his
talking
best
out
night and day
nothing.
to make you everybody.
But so this boat that doesn't they even put it out then on the water? It just stands there on land, burning. So wait with you. This episode I actually kind of like that one a little better than I have done with the previous one. So perhaps it's happening now. Perhaps I start to actually like this so far. Still not super fan of it, but might come. There were so many things I thought about during this, but now I have like forgot everything. This always is. I think I like this a little more just because now it actually was about a little more than just the ball and this basketball. Yeah, basketball. It was about a little more than just that in this episode. I felt like I liked that, and I liked we actually got to see a little more of the other characters, not only Lucas, which I liked. Because I honestly doesn't have anything against him. There are other characters I dislike. Him I doesn't really care for, honestly. But I think it was kind of nice to see, like, starting to see a little bit more of the other characters. Her, the girl with the very curly hair, that is depressed, apparently. I feel like her storyline in this episode was very interesting. Do I agree with everything she does? No, not at all, actually. Because I feel like she is, and I feel like that for most of the time when I watch her. One half of me like her, and the other half of me just think she's a brat. And this thing that she didn't want to change her art style or whatever you want to call it for this these comics, or I didn't or whatever it was. They wanted her to paint things a little bit different. This is quite. I think this is a little interesting because I feel like this was very classic for that time when it was made, because I remember this from my childhood. There was a lot of things that were like, oh, you do things like you want to do it, no compromising, nothing's like that, you just do you. And now, but I mean, you do have to compromise in life. And to have that she would to like paint some things a little bit different or do it a little and change some things with it, it's not that big of a deal. And I say this as someone who paints, like I paint myself, and I mean I just can't. I'm not as good at her. I can start off with saying that, but I mean if I was like I could get a work here painting, but I have to do it a little bit different from when I usually do it, I'm like, yeah, hell yeah, why not? And I feel like this is so it's a little, and also in that industry, because I'm not know super much about it, but I mean like every magazine, is that the right word for it? Comics is the word for it. Every comics, every like animated cartoon, TV series, everything have different art styles. And like if you want to work in that industry or business, I don't know if it's industry is the right word, but if you want to work in that, like you're gonna have to change your art styles like multiple times. So I mean, I doesn't really understand the argument here, but I feel like it's very much for that time, just with like, you do you, and you doesn't change for anyone, no compromises, and like, nowadays we are a little more like, yeah, but you know, compromise is kind of good. And I like that TV have come to that, because even though, I mean, this is for teenagers, but I feel like when you watch Disney, and they also had this attitude amongst things, I feel like they very much teach children just that you do whatever the hell you want and you're not listening to anyone, and that's not how the real world works. So I like that we have like walked away from that. We can still be like, you do you, and you are great as you are, but compromising is a part of life, and you're not always gonna get as you want. And I think that it's much better that like that's what the children and teenagers or whatever actually are taught nowadays, instead of this bullshit. Except that the girl who is Lucas' friend with the very interesting hair all the time, not the curly one, but the other, the ponytails and all of that. I haven't really seen much of her until now, and now I kind of like her more at least. I think she can come to be like one of my favorite characters. One thing that I find is a little bit interesting with this, and at least in this episode, is that like they are like, how they make the female characters, because like it's quite stereotypic. We have to admit that it is very stereotypic. But at the same time, I don't say I support it, because I do not. At the same time, I kind of like the elements from each of the female characters. But as I said, it's very, very stereotypic. There are freaking 9 seasons of it, and I can imagine that in the end of the series, I can be wrong in this, of course, but in the end of the series, they might, then we have come a whole lot of years. I don't know which year this series ended, but I feel like at that point, they kind of mostly have had like to leave behind some of their stereotypes that are in the first seasons of it. I don't know, I can be wrong, I can at least hope that it is this way. Because this is so stereotypic as it can probably be. I have seen few things in my days that are as stereotypic as this. And as I say, I'm not approving it. At the same time, I'm not hating on it, because it was a different time. But I could talk so much about that. And you know what? I'm not gonna do this. Not today, at least. We can take that another day. Anyway. That's not interesting right now. But thank you for have watched this video. If you make it to the end, no one ever does that, but I'm still. And please subscribe to my channel. It makes me so happy every time someone does it. And like this video also makes me super happy. And comment. I get some more comments nowadays, and it makes me really happy. When people write things, even though some things I just don't understand what they are writing. But so if you want to have some things on your heart you want to share, feel free to comment. Okay, bye!